Professor Worgley's here finishing up Threaded Unzipper. I went and downloaded a bunch of submissions from the semester, which has a bunch of zip files. So you'll see basically every file here. I have a bunch of zip files, some PNGs, maybe some screenshots, mostly zip files. I'm going to run through this directory. So you'll see submissions. I went in Canvas, downloaded the submission, and I want to run this application. So if I click on run, you'll see what the UI looks like. So here's what the UI looks like. It's pretty simple, but it's an application that I use all the time. So I'll select the source. So I'll go to my submissions. You'll see all the zip files there. So I'll click open and I'll select the destination. So normally what I'll do is I'll create a new directory inside and I'll just say output. Okay, this is where I'm going to put it. So to unzip this, I'll put it here, and now I have unzip. So watch how fast this is. There's over 100 and some students in all these zip files. These are all NetBeans projects. So if I click unzip, boom, done. Look how quick that was. Okay, there's actually only 60 in this one. There's actually only 60. But now if I go to the output, open up the output, they're all unzipped. They're all ready to go. So these are all the Hello World challenges. Now I can just load them right into NetBeans and go. They're all unzipped. Okay, and they're all nicely formatted. I can go. It's not based off of operating systems. Sometimes Windows will unzip a certain way. Sometimes Mac will unzip a certain way. Now I can just open them up and I'm good to go. Let's say I try that myself. So let's say we try to do a little race here. So here's unzip 2. Let me try this. So let me go to unzip 2. I'm going to go back to submissions. I'll try this, submissions 2. And in submissions 2, we'll create an output directory. Okay, and I'm not going to click go yet. I'm going to do this again. Here's submissions 3. So I'll use my MacBook, select all of them. I'll even give my MacBook a head start. So I'll let this go, and I'm going to come up here and click unzip. We'll see which one goes faster. So if I do this, let's see, do I have an unzip? It's hard because I don't even have, they're not all zip files. You see some PNGs, so I'll just double click. We don't want to open all of them. Let me see. So see, I'd have to sort them. It's just not easy. My program determines whether it's a zip file or not. And then if it's a zip, it will unzip them. So here's some pictures. Let me scroll down. So here's all the zips. So I just select all the zips. Okay, so now I have all the zips. So now I'm going to double click here and I'm going to come up here and click unzip. So here's double click. Now I'm going to unzip. So there's the operating system. Mine's done. Look, here's the operating system. It's still going. Look, it opens up all these windows. This was horrible experience. That's why I created. Look how slow it is too. Mine's done. It ended a long time ago. This one's still going. Look, it opens up all these windows. This is not a good experience. That's why I created this application. So when we're grading, look at this. This is horrible. Look how slow it is. And if I come back over here to mine and go to submissions 2, mine was done a long time ago. So mine's way quicker because it's unzipping all of them simultaneously. And it doesn't open up these stupid windows. And I'm sure I could have made it. Look at it. It's already done. I'm sure I could have made it where it doesn't open up all these windows, but you'll see how fast it is. I don't know why, but the MacOS unzipper is slow compared to the unzipper that I wrote. So if I delete this, let's see, it's actually, my MacBook is freezing up. Let me move that to trash. And let me cancel this. Can I cancel this? Jeez, I'm going to have to close all these windows. This is ridiculous. Cancel, cancel, stop, stop, stop. Stop, stop. Okay, I think it's done. I think it's finally done. Look at all this. This is ridiculous. Let me close all these. Just use my shortcut. And this is what we had to go through before I wrote my program. That's why this is such a great final project example, because it's solving a real world problem. Okay, that's the best example that you could do if you actually solve a real world problem. So let's try it again without opening all those windows. Okay, so I'm going to remove submission 3. I'm going to recreate submission 3. I'm going to filter based off of the kind like we did before. And instead of open this time, I'm just going to right click. So here's all the zips. I'm going to do it again with mine. So I'll create an output directory. I deleted the old one, so I'm creating a new one. I can actually close this because you can't really see the output. Let me run this again. So the input is going to be submission 2. The output is going to be output. Now I have a clean slate here so you actually see the differences. And I'll give the operating system a head start. So I'll right click. I don't really want to open. I'm just going to unarchive it. Hopefully this will work. It may open up a bunch of windows again. We'll see. So I'll let this one go and I'll let this one go. Done. Look how quick mine was. And look, this one's opened up all the windows again. So I'm going to try to force quit it. And I can't force quit it, of course. Okay, so you can see that though. I mean, look how awesome that was. Okay, this application compared to the system default. Okay, this one's threaded, so it's all happening concurrently. I'm using cores in my processor, and you'll see it says thread active count, so we can see how many threads there are. Let's see, it used 7 threads. Okay, 7 threads. Now, some of these threads may be for other things, like the main thread. It may be for running the application. We're not quite sure how many threads it used to unzip the files, but what matters is it happened concurrently, so it's instant. What's cool is I had 60 there. If I had 120 students or 200 students, it's still boom, done. And that's what's so cool about this app. So this is a great app for your final project. Try to solve a real world problem, something that you or somebody else would use every day. That's the best final project that you can do. This is a great example because I use an external jar file. I show you how to import the external jar file, use an external library. Don't create things from scratch. Use libraries, use APIs. Just make sure you reference them. Is this thing still running? Look at all these windows. That is just ridiculous. Mine goes quick and it works. Okay, so if I go and use one of these windows here, go to output 2, and look, it's not even nicely formatted. If I go to mine, it's all nicely formatted. It's only the zip files. And I can load them directly into NetBeans. When I do it the other way, sometimes students use Windows to zip the files. Sometimes students use NetBeans to zip the files, which is the way you're supposed to do it. Here, it doesn't matter. It's all done with NetBeans, with the Unzipper, and it just works. Okay, it works. It doesn't worry about Mac and Windows and all the different types of zip files or from different operating systems. It unzips them and it works quickly. And now we can just load them all into NetBeans. Okay, really quick so we can grade it easily. So this is solving a real world problem using libraries. Great example. Okay, that's it for this lecture. You can go back over the code. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay, it's pretty simple. Choose the source, choose the destination. Once they click on zip, we'll create a thread. You'll see unzip extends the thread superclass. I set where I want to notify, and then I start the thread. And when I start the thread, it calls the run method. The run method will loop through all the files, unzip them, and then make sure you update the UI. You'll see the updates UI with the number of complete, with the state, and with the message. Okay, so usually there is no error unless the zip file is corrupt or something like that. And now we're actually passing over notifications. So you'll see set on notification takes a notification type. So when I come back to the controller, I instantiated the interface. It's a functional interface. So I'm creating an instance of it. Usually interfaces you cannot create an instance of, but this is a functional interface. So it's a anonymous inner class. I can't really create an instance of it, but I can create an anonymous inner class. And I override the handle method. and I tell it what I want to update. Because I'm not updating only the text area, I'm also updating the progress bar. I'm updating quite a few things here. That's passed over. So if I go back to unzip, and then whenever I call platform run later, which updates the UI, I call the handle method. It handles the progress bar, the state, and the message. Okay, you see the main class, we passed over the stage. Notification was our functional interface. Here's my enum with all the states. Here's my fxml, so that's my view. And then here's the controller, which is what we implemented. And that's the entire application. I got a lot to show you. All of these examples coming up are great for the final project. So stick with Professor Wergeles, and we'll see you next time.